These jump starters are great until they're not. Now today I'm going to show you why one of these engine super starters could replace a traditional jump pack once and for all. So hello there guys, welcome back to another video, and we are going to be working on my beloved barn find BMW E12 today. And I'm going to be really putting this engine superstarter BS200 from Ansell through its paces. So then, first things first, let's get this engine superstarter out of its packaging and let's see exactly what is included inside. So we have the superstarter itself with a black negative cable and a red positive cable. We have a couple of large crocodile clips, which I don't think we're going to need, and then we also have some tape as well, along with of course our instructions. So then, for starters, let me just explain the difference between one of these super starters and a traditional jump starter. Now straight away, this is essentially a lithium battery which will provide you so many jumps of your car battery. This is not a battery, it doesn't have any kind of battery inside of it. This is a supercapacitor. A jump starter with a lithium battery has energy density, but it will take a long time to store and discharge that energy, while a supercapacitor is capable of storing energy in the form of static energy, which is power density, not energy density. And power density filters and smooths the instant delivery of power, reducing voltage drops and ensuring stable performance even under heavy load. So then, that's the differences between the two. How does a superstarter work? When starting a car, the vehicle battery undergoes a rapid heavy discharge, causing the voltage to drop. Now, this sudden drop in voltage is the primary way a car battery suffers damage. When a superstarter is installed, it intervenes by releasing the physical energy stored in its supercapacitors. This means instant high current to start the engine and less load on the battery. Now then, I think we need to see this thing in action. Right then, so let's gain access to the battery. Many of you have probably never seen this thing started before, but it does run, well, when it wants to run, and yeah, hopefully we are going to get it running today. But let's get the superstarter connected up to the battery. Okay, so as you can see, the superstarter is now all connected up. So the positive cable, managed to attach that to the positive cable on the battery, and then the negative cable that goes not directly onto the battery, but it follows the negative cable back to this grounding post just there. If you're wondering, by the way, what these vice clamps are for, it's because the battery post connector, that's all cracked. I'm going to be replacing both of those at a later date, along with all the other work that this car clearly needs as well. Now if we come inside of the car, we should have ignition now. Yep, lights are on. Now then, what do these three flashing lights mean on this superstarter? So the first one, that's your Bluetooth connectivity, which we can connect this via an app to track its performance. The green, that lets us know that it's charging. And then the light at the bottom, that red one, that is your discharge indicator light. Now, whilst the app is downloading, could you store one of these superstarters directly on top of the battery like this? Yes, you can. It's perfectly safe because there's no physical lithium battery in here. There's no issues with storing it in your engine bay. Pretty sure this can be stored between -40 degrees Celsius and 80 degrees Celsius. And if your engine bay is outside of that temperature range, then yeah, you have a serious problem. A traditional jumper pack with a lithium battery, well, that won't typically operate within those temperature ranges. Once it goes below 0 degrees Celsius, that's when performance often drops right off. And obviously if you get one of these too hot, well, let's just say it's not good news. Let's just say it could look something a little like this. No danger of that happening to one of these though. So then, as we can see, we have the app all now connected up. We can see the battery is only charged 62%, and the starter, that is at 0%. Now it's currently charging up off of the car battery, and if we just give it about 32 minutes, it should have a full charge. Okay, so I think we're pretty much ready now. Yeah, it really didn't take long to get up to 90 odd percent. It was more like 10-15 minutes, not the 32 minutes it said, but yeah, that's all good. I think we are ready to get this engine fired into life now. Now, usually any regular car, you would just turn the key now. Obviously, with this being a relic and after it not being started for the past year or so, I need to do some checks first. First one is just make sure we have enough oil. And we're right around the max mark actually, which is good. Can't see any fuel in the fuel filter, so it's going to be difficult to get this fired up. It does take a while to draw the fuel from the fuel tank itself using the mechanical fuel pump. So I think what I'll do is just pour some fresh petrol down its neck, just to kind of give it a bit of a boost, get it running, and then by the time it is running, it should be spinning fast enough. Fuel pump should be doing its thing and should be drawing the fuel from the tank then. That should probably do it. Just make sure all the HT leads have a good connection. And I'm interested at just how fast this engine's gonna turn over, because yeah, on the original battery it turned over quite slow. So yeah, I guess now we should just turn the key and see what happens. Okay, so obviously didn't fire into life straight away, but that spun over very, very quickly. Yeah, it doesn't usually do that, like I said, on the original battery after it's been sitting for a long, long time. So I already know this super starter is doing its thing. And because the voltage on the battery is only at 11 volts, usually once a car battery goes below 12 volts, it does tend to struggle to start. But as we can see, the voltage on the starter is at 14 volts. So that's why it's no issue getting this thing spinned over on such a low voltage battery. Right then, let's go again. We will get this thing fired up today. It definitely wants to go, just needs a constant stream of fuel. You can see we now do have fuel at the fuel filter, so I don't want to go pouring more fuel down its neck because we can end up flooding it then, and then yeah, it definitely won't start. Wow, she fired into life, but something definitely didn't sound happy, did it? Hoping that's drive belt related. One of the pulleys, maybe the water pump pulley. I'm hoping that's what that was. I mean, if that was internal engine bearing noises, then, well, the engine would be toast. Let's make sure we have oil at the top of the engine. Yeah, we have fresh oil at the top of the engine, so I assume the oil's getting where it should be. Okay, so just remove the drive belt and I'm going to fire the engine up again and hope that we don't have that squeal anymore. If we do, then like I said, we have big problems. No, I can't hear any squealing. Sounds pretty good actually for not firing up for the past year or so. Right, let's switch it off before we gas this entire place out. Okay then, so there we go. Engine fired up nicely in the end. Yeah, this Superstarter BS200 from Ansell seemed to work quite nicely. And in theory, I should never need to use one of these jump packs ever again for this car now. From constantly starting this engine, the battery should no longer get weak again. I'm just going to leave this thing constantly connected and let it aid with firing the engine up whenever I need it. Okay then, so let's wrap things up. If you do want to check out Ansell, or if you want to check out one of these Ansell Superstarters, all details will be down in that description box below. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Remember to give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and I'll see you all very, very soon in that next one. There we go, to be left for another 12 months.